You want to find a good book to read? Then snap your fingers and follow me. At Black Girls Inc. We'll help you find that book, the perfect book for you to read. From black authors that look like you and me, here on Black Girls Inc. With Sister Goose and Sugar Mommy, here on Black Girls Inc. Hey everybody, welcome to Black Girls Inc. I'm your girl, Sister Goose, author of upcoming book Bless This Mess, Ruth Volume 1, and also known for playing Cheryl. And I have me my
Sure, Mama.
mama, yes. And mom, today, what am I? You already know, but say it anyway. I am so excited because I cannot wait to interview the person we're about to see. And I'm so excited to have her come up. So we're going to snap our fingers and welcome our pen sister, already a Black Girls Inc. member, RJ Boyce. I'm gonna bring her up right now. Hey, RJ.
How you doing?
I'm good. Welcome to the live show because you did it on our podcast, but now you're on the live one.
Yes, yeah. We're elevating.
Yes. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're so excited to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
All right. So we're going to jump right into it. So, RJ, can you tell everyone the title of your book and what it is about?
Yes, the title of my book is called it's on the wrong side. Sorry about that. Reflections of an Unspoken Soul. I don't know if everybody can see this.
Yeah, I can see it that way.
Okay, cool. And it's about a lot of different things, but it's a depression in there, not just for myself, but about some other women that I know personally, like my mother and other women that were close to me that I've went through that in different situations that they have went through and I've experienced. So depression, conflict, prayers that we go through and we end up the prayers have already been answered. How certain things get on your nerves. I mean, it's just woman stuff.
Yes, I love that. She got all the categories for us women. So, what made you decide, like, I'm going to write this poetry book with all these different topics that I've seen or that I've been through? Like, what made you decide to write this book?
Well, I thought it would help if I wrote the book. For one, it helped me. It helped me with healing. So I released a lot of things through that book. And then I said, well, if I release it and publish it, then it would help perhaps it would help other women um, deal with what they, go through. And also they may just say, hey, I'm not alone. It's somebody else that's going through this too. And if they can write it, I can too.
Yeah, we snap to that. Totally agree. So I always love to ask authors this question because I feel like with every book that you publish, you go through your own journey, which you kind of answered some with the last question. But what did you learn about yourself as you was creating this book?
Ooh, that's a good one. Like I said, I was healing, and I thought I was healed. And it's a continuous thing. It's not just this book. I'm still healing. Like still. But it's been a long time of hurt and pain. So it's going to take time to heal. So as I keep writing, I keep healing, and as I keep healing, I keep helping others heal at the same time. It's like a 2, 3 for 1 deal.
Yes. That is so true. I love that. And I totally agree with you with the writing. There's a lot of us who feel that way. Like we feel like we're over it. We healed from it. But when you gotta write it and see it on paper, I feel like it makes you like really have to see your truth. Like you thought you was done, but you wasn't. You still got some hurt in there. So I totally agree with you. And Carla even agreed with you. She said, trust the process and the progress. Yes, Carla. Yes. So she agrees with you as well. So our next question for you is who, well, we kind of know the answer, but I still want you to say it. Who would you recommend this poetry book to? Like a certain audience, or would you recommend it to someone that's going through a certain moment in their life? Who would you recommend your book to?
Well, it's a wide range. I would say women, but if I was to narrow it down specifically, I would say women of color, and specifically Black women, because I am a Black woman. And I may have said this before, nothing against any of my other women, that I love them. I have friends of other cultures, but our depression and our struggles come from a different type of situations, put it that way, because we all go through depression. It doesn't matter, what culture or race that you are, but they stem from different things. So if I was to say that, it would say my sisters, if I really wanted to narrow it down.
I totally agree. Okay, let me just say that I have sisters of different race. All of us with that we have in common, but I totally agree that Black women, we are the ones who have to have struggles, but we don't get to like have that time to deal with our struggles because we're busy taking care of other people, and we don't have time to stop and cry about it. Like it's like, all right, girl, get up, keep going. Your kids still need you. You still got to put food on the table, stuff like that. So I totally agree with RJ voice. Like, so give her some snaps. Yes, we agree.
That one hit everybody.
Yeah, that hit us all. So I love this question. I love this question, and I'm gonna ask you again. For those who didn't get to hear your answer before, but when did RJ Voice fall in love with writing?
Oh, when I was like, what I say, 8 or 9 years old, and it came from growing up in a domestic violence situation. I mean, it's unfortunate, but fortunate at the same time. It's unfortunate that I had to see that, being so young and close to repeating that, but at the same time, it's fortunate because I get to write about it, express it, heal from it, and share it with others.
Yes, I totally I totally agree, and I'm so glad that you're writing and helping other women. I do believe this book is going to help a lot of women heal. I can't wait to read it. I love poetry. I have to ask you this question. I asked you this before. This is the out of a one question, but I asked you this before. I know you know the answer. I was always interested in your author name, RJ Voice. Can you tell people why you call yourself that as your pen name?
Well, that's actually the initials of my name, and that's my voice, my particular voice. So that's what stands out, is the uniqueness of who I am. So the R and the J is just my initials of my name. I just added voice to the end of it.
I love the voice part though, because I feel like that's your saying. Like, I have a voice. This is my voice. So I always love that about your name. So just have to give snap to the voice.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, you are totally welcome. So this is not your only book that you have. You have other books as well. So can you let everyone know the title of your other book as well?
Yeah, the other book is a fiction, almost novella. So it's called The Unexpected, A Generation Outcome, and that is a multicultural book because I talked about, there's black characters in it, Spanish characters, Spanish words, conversation, as well as English in there, but it was mainly written for people of color and how our families interact. I mean, we go through stuff too.
Yeah.
The depression, we go through stuff too. Our mama's single, we get divorced, we raise kids by ourselves, we do well. Sometimes we fall down, we get back up, struggle, and do what. I mean, that's how we
Yeah,
live.
we do. Yeah, we do.
Love it. We had to snap for that. I just love how RJ is like you're really strong for your black woman, like making sure that our voices is heard, making sure people know that we got feelings too, we heard too. And just because I got that strong black woman phrase on us, we go through things too. Like that's what I love about your writing and what you're saying. Like I just had to give you kudos for that. And I respect you for that. Had to let you know.
Thank you.
You are very,
Thank
very
you.
welcome.
Thank you.
Yes. So, RJ, what do you love so far about being an author? Because this is your second book, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what do you love so far
Just
about being an author?
I love the fact that I can express myself through metaphors. Well, with the poetry, I can express myself through metaphors, similes, and details, and use all of that to write it in a form of a story of real life. It's just another way of communicating in written form versus a fiction or a nonfiction book.
Yes, I agree. I totally agree. I love that part too. So, I love how you did not just stick in a box and just stuck to one genre. So you moved to poetry as well to show your other gifts. So my question for you is there any other genres that RJ Voice might want to try?
Well, actually, I'm a poet at heart. I'm already a natural born poet.
Okay.
Okay.
And uh, fiction is something, I don't know if it's something I tried. I'm blessed to be able to do those two. And creative nonfiction, it's not necessarily trying it, it's just what I can do as far as writing in those genres. Now, if you say something like sci-fi and things like that, I may not be, um, I wouldn't say I wouldn't be into it. That's not something I read a lot of, but I have read some sci-fi that's amazing. So, um, but those three genres, it's just something that God gave me, and I'm gifted to do them.
Okay. I agree. I love sci-fi too. Glad I met somebody else who
Yeah,
love it. I feel like it would be so hard for me to write those. Be like, oh my goodness. But
yeah,
that was a
This
good
has
one.
a whole lot more details.
It is a whole lot of details. You got to
yeah.
sometimes create a world, and then the laws of the world and the people and all that. So yeah, so I, I'm with you on that,
Make it
RJ.
believable.
I know, right? So you got this now your second book. So you know us here on Black Girls Inc. We like to try to get some tea, on our authors, before other people. We just want to know like what's next for RJ? Like you working on something next?
All the time. All the time. It's nonstop production here. But yeah,
Okay.
just
So what are
another.
you? She writing something. Go ahead.
Probably another book of poetry. I'm just still, developing that and putting that together and really more in depth of why I chose that particular subject, because that's near and dear to my heart. So you guys will hear about it.
Yeah. I love that. Okay, that was some good tea. More poetry. I love that. Okay, I love poetry. I'm a fan of poetry. I like to
Mm-hmm.
write
Awesome.
poetry. I just started poetry, spoken word. So I love it. So I'm excited about your book. I think poetry is not. I think poetry is one of the best genres, and that's just in my opinion. That's just me.
Okay.
Don't be judging me, y'all,
Mm-hmm.
who's watching it. I love other genres, but I just think it's more heartfelt, raw,
it's
honest.
You gotta have those words. Can't have behind anything. You have word.
True.
Poetry. So.
True.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about real poetry, people. Y'all know what I mean. So.
You talking about now green eggs and ham?
No, I'm not talking about green eggs and ham and Sam I am. I'm talking about the real poetry. Okay. So, what do RJ want people to know about you as the person and not Arthur?
Oh, I'm just down to earth people. I laugh, I eat, I like food. Yes, God, I like food.
No, that's right. So do we.
I like to enjoy life, just avoiding unnecessary things. It's, too much going on in the world and has happened over the past year. It's just some things is just not necessary. Let it go. So I'm more of a, go with the flow. And if I have to come across confrontation, don't get me wrong, I'll face it. But at the same time, if it's unnecessary, stuff like that. I just really like to relax, lay back, eat, chill, write, laugh, get along. Why can't we all just get along?
Right? For real though. I'm with you on that. Why?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, well, I do know, but at the same time, And that's why I wrote this book, so we all can get healed together.
There you go.
Yes. I agree. So, is there any other projects or anything that you want us to know about that you might be working on, that you want us to support you on, or is there other things you might be involved in that you're doing other than just writing?
Well, I do have
books?
something
Like,
coming
what else
up.
you do?
I do have something else coming up with the library here in my area. So I'll be doing a session about my book. And it's hopefully, it's a lot of more discussions about it. Like you're asking me questions. I'll be answering some questions there in the library as well, and a discussion about poetry, things like that. So I think that's the latest thing.
That is wonderful. We're so proud of you, RJ. You gotta make sure you record that. Make a live video or just make us a little clip or something.
Yeah, I'll make sure I post something, and it should be some Zoom information. So I'll try to post something when I get it.
Okay, and then where is this library and stuff at, just in case somebody's watching on the live and you're in their area and they want to come support you?
Mm-hmm. It's in Euclid, Ohio. It's Euclid Public Library in Euclid, Ohio. And it's a Zoom session that they asked to do, so I won't be in person. And it was the decision was made, I think the end of last year, beginning of this year. So, which is fine. hopefully I'll be doing some more sessions with other local libraries in the area and outside of the Cleveland area.
Yes. Okay. Well, y'all make sure if y'all's in that area, go support our pen sister RJ Voice. Make sure you go support, show up, and you'll get to see her in person, talk about her poetry, and get you a book. Right? She probably gonna be signing books there, so you might as well go there if you're in the area, and let's get healed together with the book of poems. Okay.
Yeah, I do look forward to doing some book signings as well. It's just a matter of getting in touch with them to set that up again.
Yes. Well, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
You so welcome. Okay, so it's my favorite time of the show. Something new that we do here is called Arthur's Page, where we let the author read a piece of their work so we can all just get a little sample of their writing and their book. So you can all see what you are about to get when you read this book, okay? So RJ Voice is going to give us a little sample of one of our poems. So you get this a wish list. So go ahead, sis. Start whenever you're ready.
Okay. Well, this particular poem was called Voices, and it's spelled Voysez. And the reason why I named it Voices because there are many voices other than mine that may have dealt with this particular thing. So I'll start with that. A seed dropped in egg whites, which developed into her bloodstream. Abuse sliding into her body, physical, mental, verbal at best. Learned behavior to accept feces from one's mouth to isolate in the stench. Her mouth half closed, thirsting for air, while the droplets of the patriarch phases out. The residue of the matriarch chases her. And that is it.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was choking.
That's okay.
I was choking because I was about to ask you, can you read it for us one more time? Because some of it was cut off.
Yeah,
and I want to make sure that people hear your whole piece. So
Okay.
can you read it for us one more time?
Sure. A seed dropped in egg whites, which developed into her bloodstream. Abuse sliding into her body, physical, mental, verbal at best. Learned behavior to accept feces from one's mouth and to isolate in the stench. Her mouth half closed, thirsting for air, while the droplets of the patriarch phases out. The residue of the matriarch chases her.
I'm glad I had you read that over. That was deep. That was deep. I love that. I'm gonna tell you right now, RJ, I'm a little shocked. Look, it was my first time hearing her poetry. Okay, and I love it. I really, really do love it.
Thank you.
That was a wonderful job.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay. So y'all need to make sure you get this book because I can already tell from that poem alone, like this book is going to be deep. It's going to make us reflect on ourselves. And I love when she said because there's more than one voice before she read her piece. That's why she put the Z on there. Like I was like, yeah. When you said that, I was like, I know what she mean. Yeah. So I love that. Give her some snaps, y'all.
Thank you. Snap, snap, snap.
Yes. You are so welcome. So we are about to do my mom's Favorite time of our show. Go ahead and tell them, Mom.
Tea time.
It's tea time. For those of you who do not know what tea time is when we make a topic that we come up from the author's book.
Mm-hmm.
And on that topic, we talk about it freely as writers. And you can all feel free to comment below as well and get in on the topic. And if you're watching on replay, you can still in on the topic and let us know what you think or what your answer is. So is everybody ready for the tea time question? Yes. So the tea time question for Miss RJ, the voice today, is how does writing poetry help you? How does writing poetry help you? And for those who don't write poetry, how does reading poetry help you? See, I put a twist on that, so y'all ain't got no excuse not to answer. Okay.
Right.
So,
Right.
did you want to go first, Sugar Mama?
Yeah.
So everybody can think about what the answer is.
To me, when I do spoken word, it makes me be able to escape myself and be somebody else for a moment, to get your thoughts off of you, reflect on something else. And for me, it is when I'm saying it to you, I want you to feel what I feel, to make you think that I'm really the person who I'm speaking about.
Mm.
Mhm.
Good one, Sugar Mama. All right, RJ, you want to go or you want me to go first?
I can go.
Okay.
Like I mentioned earlier about how it helps me heal, because it really does. It helps me heal and also express my thoughts and feelings in a way where I can use like the metaphors, the similes, all the details. And also I get to express, well, I get to express to others where others can listen and hear, not necessarily from a point of view, but from my lenses. They get to see what I'm talking about from my lenses versus their own.
Yes. Spoken like a true poet. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Love that. Um, for me, it helps me say what I'm truly feeling because I'm the type of person who holds stuff in and I just don't really like talk about certain things. But when I write poetry, it's being honest with myself. No holding back, let it all out. And it's not always meant to be read out loud for me. That's what else I love about poetry. It don't always have to be shared, be something personal just for me, but it's just a good way for me to let it out, whether that poetry turn into a song. That's what else I love about poetry. It could turn into a rap, it could turn into a song, it could turn into anything. Poetry can be more than one thing. That's what I
Mhm.
really love about it. But I just love how it can really just be something personal for me and I don't have to share it because I'm the type of person where sometimes I just want things for myself. So that's what
Mhm.
I love about writing poetry.
It's good.
Mhm.
Yes.
Mhm.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Yes, that was a good one. So anyone who wants to go ahead and comment, let us know what you love about writing poetry or and feel free if you're watching on the replay, still answer the question and get involved. We will still comment on your post. All right. So I always can't stand this time of the
I
show.
know.
We over. I mean, like, give me more time. But before we go, we can't leave without RJ voice letting you know the title of. You can tell them the title of both of the books that you have, where they can go get it, and all your social media information. The floor is yours.
Well, you can the title of my other book again is called The Unexpected. It's a generation outcome, so it's more family generational curse type situation among the multicultural families, black and people of color, not just black people. This is the reflection of an unspoken soul, and this is my first book of poetry. You can get both of those books on my website at www.authorpoetrjvoice.art. That's www.authorpoetrjvoice.art. I also can be reached on for any bookings for readings or spoken word or anything that you may be interested in me joining. My social media handles is at r.j.tys on Facebook, and it's the same thing on Instagram.
Yes. And I put her website information in the comments. For those who want to go to her website, it's right there below in the comments for you to go check that out. Um, Also, after this episode, we will be sharing the video with RJ so you can put your book link or whatever else you might want to put in the comments. So when people watch this video, they can just go in the comments after to go and purchase your book.
Mm-hmm.
All
Absolutely.
right. Okay. Well, everyone, please make sure that you go support the Arthur RJ Voice and go and get her book. Tell them the title again, sis.
The title is Reflections of an Unspoken Soul by R.J. Voice.
Yes, go get her book now and go support our Arthur. Please make sure also if you get the book, leave a review. Let the authors know what you think of their book. We love feedback. We need your feedback, okay? So make sure you support our authors and don't just buy the book and read the book, but leave a comment as well. That's also just as important. All right, everyone?
Yep.
So I'm
Get
your
it on the
girl,
website.
right? Tell them, girl. She said, get it on the platform.
Get it on the website. You can get it on the website.
Yes. So for her, get it on her website. That would work even better. So y'all can go back outside, okay? And still leave a review on the website too, and let her know what you think of the book. Okay, that's very important. So I'm your girl, Sister Goose.
And I'm Sugar Mama.
And this was our interview with Arthur R.J. Voice. And we are Black Girls Inc. Snap you later.